poor boy from a small village had a dream to work in a big international company. But there was one problem. He couldn't speak English. His name was Arjun. Arjun lived in a small village where most people spoke only their local language. His father was a farmer, and his mother worked hard to support the family. They didn't have much money, but they had big hopes for their son. Ever since he was a child, Arjun dreamed of working in a modern office, wearing a suit, traveling around the world, and helping his family live a better life. One day, while watching a video about successful people, he noticed something. Almost everyone spoke English confidently. At that moment, he realized that if he wanted to achieve his dream, he needed to learn English. So he started studying. He bought a second-hand English grammar book and spent hours memorizing rules and vocabulary. He learned hundreds of words and completed many exercises. But when he tried to speak, nothing came out. The words disappeared from his mind. One day, a visitor from the city came to his village. Arjun gathered his courage and tried to speak English. "Hello, sir. Myself Arjun. I belong from this village." The visitor smiled politely, but some people nearby laughed. Arjun felt embarrassed. That night, he sat alone and thought about quitting. Maybe English was only for rich people. Maybe village boys like him could never become fluent. But then he remembered his parents. He remembered their sacrifices. And he made a promise to himself. "I will not give up." The next day, instead of studying for hours, he changed his method. He decided to practice English for just 20 minutes every day. Not grammar, not difficult vocabulary, just speaking. Every morning, he stood in front of a mirror and talked to himself in English. At first, it felt strange. He made mistakes. A lot of mistakes. Sometimes he forgot simple words. Sometimes he spoke broken sentences. But he kept going, every day, without missing a single day. He started listening to English videos while walking. He repeated sentences aloud. He learned useful phrases instead of isolated words. When he didn't know a word, he found another way to express his idea. Slowly, something began to change. The fear started disappearing. His confidence started growing. After 3 months, he could introduce himself comfortably. After 6 months, he could hold simple conversations. After 9 months, he could understand most English videos without subtitles. For the first time in his life, he felt proud. Then came the biggest opportunity. A large international company announced a recruitment program in a nearby city. Thousands of candidates applied. Arjun knew his English wasn't perfect, but he decided to try. On the day of the interview, he was nervous. The waiting room was full of highly educated candidates. Many came from big cities. Many spoke English fluently. For a moment, Arjun doubted himself. Then he remembered all those mornings in front of the mirror, all those late nights practicing, all those days when nobody believed in him. When his turn came, he walked into the interview room. The interviewer smiled and asked, "Tell me about yourself." A year earlier, this question would have terrified him, but now he smiled back, and he answered confidently. He spoke about his family, his village, his dreams, his journey of learning English. The interviewers listened carefully. They were impressed by his confidence, determination, and ability to communicate. A week later, Arjun received a phone call. He got the job. The poor village boy had achieved his dream. But the story doesn't end there. A few years later, Arjun became one of the company's most respected employees. One day, he was invited to speak at an event attended by hundreds of students. As he stood on the stage, holding a microphone, he looked at the crowd and remembered the boy who was once laughed at for speaking English. Then he began his speech. In fluent English, the audience applauded. Some students were inspired. Some were amazed, and some saw themselves in his story. At the end of his speech, Arjun shared a message that everyone remembered. Fluency is not magic. It is not talent. It is not luck. It is the result of small, daily efforts repeated again and again. If a village boy like me can learn English, so can you. And that is the secret. Not studying for 10 hours a day, not memorizing thousands of words, just practicing consistently. 20 minutes a day, every day. Because great success often starts with small habits. And one day, just like Arjun, you may look back and realize that the thing you thought was impossible became your greatest strength. Don't wait until you're perfect to start speaking English. Start speaking today. Make mistakes, learn from them, and improve a little every day. Consistency beats talent. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more like it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.